I always say that in this emergency that we're in, I think that it behooves artists to come out and speak for Kamala against Donald Trump, because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics like everybody else. I think voting is an individual choice.
Why is nobody playing the first part of Usher on The View? Everybody out here touting that Usher refused to support. He supported Kamala Harris on the show. He said that he's voting for Kamala Harris on The View. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I was tricked. I watched this go around the internet all day yesterday about the Usher and how he's refusing to endorse Kamala Harris. He's refusing to say, and a lot of people think that he's probably going to vote for Trump. Even me, I thought he was going to vote for Trump. Then I watched the clip. As I was making the video, I watched the clip. And I said, wait a minute. Why is nobody playing the first part? The first part, Usher clearly says that he's going to go out and support Kamala Harris in this debate, in this campaign. Which I'm incredibly disappointed. I'm incredibly disappointed because I don't know why people of the melanin, we already know some of these leftist lunatics that don't have the melanin are crazy, but the people of the melanin get rich and still stupid. You're rich, you're famous, you're a celebrity. Why would you vote against your own best interest? I just don't get it. I don't understand. And they cannot articulate why they wouldn't want conservative policies. But anyway, let me play the clip so people won't think that I'm making this up. All the conservatives and most people are playing just the clip that Usher says pretty much avoided saying that I'm going to endorse Kamala, but they forget to play this clip. Roll the clip.
So you're supporting Kamala Harris in this election, I understand.
Yes.
So good for you.
That's an endorsement. That's an endorsement. He endorsed Kamala Harris. He went on to The View, which has a national platform, and he said on camera that he's supporting Kamala Harris in this election. They can now put on a website, they can cut the clip from this interview and tout that Usher Raymond is supporting Kamala Harris, along with Taylor Swift and John Legend and all these other people. That's why I don't like clips that are not genuinely put out there, because it causes confusion. I would have been a complete fool if I'd have made this video without actually watching this first part. I totally thought that he evaded supporting Kamala because he was a Trump supporter, and I was wrong.
After the assault on the old guy last night, do you feel sorry for him or at all?
You know what? I feel sorry that I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was actually performing at Barclays and felt a little irresponsible to have 14 people's undivided attention on something that they really should have been focusing on, which was the debate. I mean, it's been a lot of talk this morning, huh?
But you know, Taylor Swift has now endorsed Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And she was I thought, very smart the way she did it. It was like, you do your research and you decide for yourselves, but a single cat woman, as she points to, I am voting for Kamala. Do you think
She's not single, actually. She's supposed to be in a relationship with the dude from the Chiefs. So is she a single cat woman, or is she getting D down on the weekend? Which one is it? Okay.
I always say that in this emergency that we're in, I think that it behooves artists to come out and speak for Kamala against Donald Trump, because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
He got almost killed because they say he's an existential threat to America. And they still get on TV and say this stuff.
This is the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about democracy. I'm a threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy with a fake Russia investigation that went nowhere.
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics. I didn't get a chance to watch the debate last night. I obviously have been watching like everybody else. I think voting is an individual choice. And I think that you're right. You have to look at the reality of the country that we are and the country that we want to be, and find the candidate that you feel both who fits the category of where we want to be. And that's it. And that's what you vote based off of. Who you highlight and how you choose to highlight it on whatever platform you have is your prerogative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Yeah, that's the way.
I can't stand these people, man. Like, especially this dummy right here. She's just a dumb, ignorant woman. Like, all of these women are ignorant. Yeah, like this is the thing that the reason why men and women have such a conflict. Women are literally screwing our country over. Not the good ones, but the loud ones. And the cat ladies that want to tell people how to live, and it's fake. They marry and they telling women they shouldn't get married. Like, it's just the whole. I don't want to say we've given women too many rights, but I do think that the way this happened has made women a net negative in a lot of ways to the country. Women are so delusional today versus when my grandmother and my mama was, younger. Women are completely delusional. How could a woman not have enough common sense to realize that Democrats are not operating in their best interest? When you let a man get into women's sports, you don't really care about women. You care about wokeness. When you're encouraging women to terminate a pregnancy instead of giving them the ability and the support to actually have the child that they want, you don't really support women. And if you're running around saying that you don't need a man and all this other stuff, you are an idiot. And it's convenient. It's convenient because men have died and built this whole country for you to live in and have some peace and safety and security. And now that you've gotten that, you say you don't need a man. You need a man to get to where you at today. You needed a man to text your mama back. That's how you got born. What you mean you don't need a man? We've given them too much false bravado. Women can't do a job, right? We'll give it to them anyway for representation. Women, most of the women that are police officers probably shouldn't be police officers. There are some that are really good at their job. I would argue that majority of them shouldn't be police officers. We give them the job for representation. That's just what it is. Let's be honest. Some women are not good at leading and are not good business managers. And many of them, they get the job because we need representation, not because they actually earned it. Same thing with people of color. Same thing with nepotism and other things like that. But the women, to be honest, one of the reasons why we're looking at communism is because of people of the melanin and women. All these women up here are silly. And then there's women that will never have you know what, but they still encourage the right for women to do that. And then in the middle of that conversation, they act as if men or their husbands have no value. If you get pregnant, that's our baby. It's not just yours. It's ours. You shouldn't be able to just unilaterally make a decision about our child. It's crazy. If you want it, it's ours. If you go to the child support office, it's our kid. If you want to be selfish, it's just your kid. Women are losing it. And I'm not talking about the ones that's watching this. Y'all all got it figured out. Yeah, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Women are losing it. And it's a long time coming. Like every woman that breaks up with a man say he's abusive. It's so weird to me that's defaulted and nobody corrects women on that. Every abusive. Can you explain what? Oh, you just made that up. I had a woman say I was abusive in a court document and made it up. Like, what are you even talking about? And then the funny thing is that if we be honest, that person was abusive. Through a book, through a wall, when we were together, threatened me one day, got in my face in the bathroom, right in front of the sink, got in my face, drunk, got in my face, called me a pig, like she won't fight me or something. I ain't never been aggressive towards a woman like that. But when they break up with you And they want to have leverage in some way. They say these crazy things about men being abusive. I was watching something this morning. I know it had nothing to do with this show right now, but I'm diverting. I was watching a show about a woman divorcing her husband of 30 years. And based on what she's saying, which we don't have his side, that he cheated. He got an 18-year-old escort or a 19-year-old escort that she found in his phone and she left him. And she gets on the internet and lies about her entire life. She left him because he had an escort allegedly. Ma'am, you don't say, I'm hurt that you had an escort, so I'm gonna get my kids and leave and be homeless. That's selfish and stupid. You've been married to a man for 30 years and he do that. Y'all probably need to go to counseling or something first. And if you cannot reconcile, then you could consider parting ways. But you have 5 kids together. You can put that aside to at least try to work that out. 30 years? And allegedly she claims she's homeless and got the kids out there hungry because she mad at him for being with an 18-year-old girl. Now, let me add this. I'm not supporting anybody cheating. I think you're a dirtbag if you do that. But at the same time, you can't act like you homeless because you did the righteous thing. Let the kids live with the daddy then if you're going to end up homeless. You go out on your own. Let the kids stay with the daddy. But we all know it's all bullcrap because little do we know, you let her talk enough. She actually got the house in the divorce. There's no state in the union that a man is a multimillionaire, which she said he was, and somehow you don't get no alimony, no child support or nothing. You didn't get a house, no car, nothing. You got nothing. It's impossible. Show me where that state is at, and every man in America need to get married in that state. Give me a break. But let me get back to the subject at hand. Every time I see these women grinning, and these are stupidest people in our society. It's these women on this panel. And it's just a shame, though. And Usher should be ashamed of himself. This is the microcosm that will ruin this country. Is melanin people and women. And I don't want to say that, but prove me wrong. If you look at the way people vote, if you just isolated women, we would be in a communist United States of America, communism. If you just let the people of the melanin vote, which they vote 90% one way, which is incredibly ridiculous, we would be in communism. And the way they're voting today, they're going to end up being obsolete anyway. Let me just say this. Black people will be politically obsolete in the next 20 years. I put my life on it. Political obsolete, a group of people being politically obsolete is when you vote for policies of open borders and health care and resources for illegal aliens and immigrants in this country. And they coming in faster than you are giving birth. And they're having kids faster than you're having kids. And you're voting for a party that promotes that policy. And before you know it, now they are the majority minority. And now it'd be so many of them that you can vote 100% Democrat and your vote will not count. Black people do not understand this. They voted 92% for Democrats and Donald Trump still won. 92% of blacks who voted for the Democrat in 2016 and Donald Trump still won. You're only a few points away from your vote not counting at all. And wait till Hispanic and illegals under Democrat leadership come into our country and they're going to start replacing y'all in work, resources, education, language, all of that. And black people are being incarcerated, murdering each other, and having, terminating pregnancies. Women's health care. Yeah, that's what they call it. Let me call it what they call it. At the rate in which black people are doing this, give it 20 years, black people are going to be obsolete in power. They're not going to have no power. Yeah, you may be good at sports, But you're not going to have any power and leverage. You're not going to have any wealth. You're not going to own anything. The community is going to get taken over by other people of other nationalities that become wealthy in this country because they're not victims. They go to work. They get resources from the government. They work with the government. And put money on it. Unless black people completely change the way they vote, black people are going to be irrelevant. Anyway, let me get off here. I didn't rant about all kind of stuff. It's supposed to be about Usher and them. I'm just disappointed at Usher. I really am. I'm out.